You are detained under section 43 of
Yeah, under what grounds?
The reason being is you're hanging outside a police station, filming officers coming in and out.
Welcome to my channel, where we expose misconduct, break down police and legal encounters, defend civil rights, and demand accountability. Today's episode comes courtesy of Yardley Ski Auditing. Make sure to check out his channel, subscribe, and give him the recognition he deserves. In this feature, Yardley delivers not one, but two explosive encounters that both ended in payouts after blatant misuse of Section 43. In the first incident, he's calmly filming outside a police station early in the morning when two armed inspectors confront him, demand explanations, and even call for backup. Despite Yardley clearly explaining the law, they detain him on grounds that have no legal foundation whatsoever. But the second encounter goes even further. While peacefully filming outside a government building, Yardley is suddenly rushed and unlawfully detained by an officer who discards every rule of professional policing. Both moments expose a disturbing pattern of ignorance and abuse of power, the kind that keeps costing forces their credibility and taxpayers their money.
Speak English?
Yeah, I speak English.
Yeah, hiya. Just asking for why you can't recording a police station. The vehicle's coming in and out of the police station, please, sir.
Oh, can I...
Stand back, please.
Can I ask you to identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm Inspector Ralph, okay.
Have you got a number?
I'm an inspector, I don't have a shoulder number.
I apologise. Okay. Can I ask you to identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm Chief Inspector Mattock.
Okay.
From Aviation Policing.
Okay.
This is obviously a police station, which is an armoury. Obviously we've got weapons in there, okay, as you can see, we're an armed police inocuee. So obviously when people are recording a police station, which doesn't really happen that often around here, it obviously comes to our attention.
Okay.
That's the reason why you're being stopped.
Am I being stopped? Am I being detained? Well,
no, I'm speaking to the moment.
Am I being detained?
It's not the moment, no.
Well then, so if I'm not being detained, then I can talk.
Okay.
You are speaking to me in a way that I'm saying I don't have to listen to you. You're not detaining me. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Fair enough, you're asking me, and I'm accounting for my actions.
And you haven't accounted for your actions.
Well, I am. I'm telling you that I'm filming on a public street, public interest. What more do you want?
The inspector's reasoning collapsed from the moment he opened his mouth. Claiming Yardley was being stopped because the building contained weapons wasn't just weak. It was legally meaningless. Every police armory across the UK houses firearms, but that doesn't transform the pavement outside into a restricted zone. There's no law that forbids filming a building simply because it holds weapons. If there were, half the streets near major stations would be off limits. Yardley, meanwhile, handled it flawlessly. As soon as he confirmed he wasn't being detained, he calmly exercised his right to disengage, reminding the inspector that conversation isn't compliance. It was a textbook demonstration of how authority, no matter how senior, never outweighs the law.
But why are you filming a police station and the vehicle's come out of the police station, and obviously you're filming me now?
You're the only vehicle that has come out.
Okay.
Your police, I can call them police personnel in their working day. I'm telling you, I'm not doing nothing wrong, and I can do it.
I want to make sure that your activities are not suspicious or criminal intent.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Which is fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, of course,
okay.
It's fair enough.
And I think you'd be exactly the same using my shoes.
Yeah,
okay?
I agree.
I've never met you before.
No, that's fair enough.
I've got nothing against you. You know, I don't know what your name is.
No, that's fair enough.
My name. You can give me your name if you wish. You know, if you want to have first name terms, that's totally up to you. But obviously, that's the reason why we're speaking to you at the moment, so you can count your actions.
Got another officer out, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you to identify yourself?
Yeah, PC Philpott.
Yep. Can I have your number?
Shoulder number's just there, 3821.
Okay. And another officer as well, yeah?
You happy to tell me your details?
No, I'm not.
Why's that?
Because I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm on a public footpath.
It's just polite, isn't it? I've introduced myself.
This was a textbook example of soft coercion, the kind officers use when they know they have no lawful authority but still want compliance. The officer had already done the right thing by identifying himself, but once Yardley declined to share his own details, that should have been the end of the exchange. There's no rule requiring anyone to return the favor, and certainly no obligation to hand over personal information just to satisfy an officer's curiosity. The line, "It's just polite," says everything about the mindset at play. Policing isn't built on politeness, it's built on law. Civility doesn't override legal rights, and Yardley, standing on public land doing nothing unlawful, was entirely within his right to protect his privacy.
So what's your intentions then with you recording the police station?
It's a public interest video. Not sure what I'm going to do. It's totally.
Do you put it on social media? Do you have a social media site or YouTube?
Can I again ask if I'm being detained?
You're not being detained, no. You're just
Okay,
asking
so
why-
if I'm not being detained, can I ask kindly if I can just go about my way? I mean, you can ask me the same question over and over again. I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Okay.
You've
But
got
you
1,
haven't
2,
really-
3, 4, 5 officers
I
out.
don't really know what you
Yeah,
mean by
I'm not
public
doing no
interest.
hostile
What is a pub-
reconnaissance
Why did you say that? Not
because.
many people will say that.
Oh yeah, lots of people do say that actually.
Well,
when
I've never
they
actually-
have interactions with
They've actually stopped someone who's suddenly
okay, so when they have interactions with police who start asking me to account for my actions when I'm standing on a public footpath, if somebody was walking past and they were filming, would you just all of a sudden stop?
The inspector all but confessed that his suspicion wasn't based on Yardley's behavior, but on the fact that Yardley actually knew his rights. When Yardley calmly clarified that he wasn't engaging in hostile reconnaissance, he was addressing the predictable excuse officers often use to justify unlawful detentions. Instead of recognizing that as reassurance, the inspector twisted it into further suspicion, as if understanding the law were somehow incriminating. Yardley's follow-up question cut straight to the truth. If a random passerby filmed the same building without speaking, would they be stopped? Of course not. What the inspector really revealed was his own bias. That confidence and legal awareness make him uneasy. That mindset is completely backward. In a healthy system, officers should respect citizens who know the law, not treat them like a threat for exercising their rights.
Well, it depends really, but
Okay.
your activity
All
is
right.
not
Normal, is it?
It's not normal.
Yeah, it is normal actually.
Like a normal member of
Look, there's another 2 up there. So I'm gonna start 2, 4, 6 people.
How many? You've got 3 people walking there. How many of them
Yeah,
are videoing?
you can 43 me if you like.
Okay. Do you know what Section 43
I do know what
the
Section
terrorism act?
43 is,
Okay, have you ever been subject to that before?
let me just say to you, if you're going to Section 43 me, yeah, I would like to know why.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm accounting for my actions. Yeah, I'm not being hostile. I'm not being aggressive.
No,
Yeah, have
no,
you got
I never
any?
said
Have
you
you got
are.
any information why you would want to do Section 43? Or is
you're-
it just something which you want to abuse because
No,
I'm
we're not
filming?
using it.
Well, because I'm filming, which I can do, which is a legal activity, why would you want to go down the road of a Section 43? And if you do, let me just tell you, I will make a civil claim against you.
Okay.
The moment the inspector casually invoked Section 43, everything changed. That single mention revealed just how little he understood the seriousness of the power he was trying to use. Yardley's calm, measured response, pointing out that he had done nothing hostile or unlawful, completely exposed how hollow the inspector's reasoning was. There was no credible threat, just discomfort disguised as suspicion. Section 43 isn't something open to interpretation or personal feeling. It's clear-cut. Officers must have genuine, reasonable suspicion of terrorism, nothing less. In this case, that threshold was nowhere near met. The inspector wasn't upholding the law. He was stretching it to justify his own unease. And that's the real danger. When emotion starts steering enforcement, suspicion turns into assumption, and the law itself loses meaning.
He wants to do something. He didn't want to come out of his station for no reason whatsoever.
Let me tell you now.
This sun's really in my eyes. I
We're
can't
going to
even
detain
see
you
properly.
under Section 43 of the Terrorism
Okay.
Act, okay?
Can I carry on
As
filming?
it's been explained to you,
Can I carry on filming? Fair enough.
you can just talk over me, but I will just
No,
talk.
I'm just
okay?
asking if I can carry on filming.
So, you are detained under Section 43 of the
Yeah, under what
Terrorism.
grounds?
The reason being is you're hanging outside a police station,
Okay.
filming officers coming in and out. We've asked you the reason
Was I filming
for
officers
that.
coming in and out? Where did
You've
you get that
given
from?
No explanation, really. No,
Officers coming in and out.
explanation.
No, officers coming in and out. There's no in and out.
Speak again, you're just talking over me.
Do I need to listen to
Okay.
him? You're stopping me
That's
under
the reason
43. I
why.
mean, it's
That's the reason why.
it's a
Okay,
claim
I've given
anyway.
you
So
I've given you my name, PC Philpott, currently attached to this police station. So
yeah, can I take it before I leave?
I'll get off to go and get one.
Okay.
detained.
Okay.
We're going to just put you up, stand
That's
you
fair
against
enough.
this wall, just
Yep.
so it's a backdrop for you.
Okay.
Just while I do the search, I'll
Okay.
ask you to put your phone down up here, okay? So no
That's
one's
fair
going to
enough.
touch that.
All it took was Yardley calmly pointing out that the officer seemed eager to take action, and the inspector's composure instantly cracked. His tone shifted from professional to defensive, and the moment he snapped, "You can talk over me, but I'll still talk," it was clear he wasn't engaging in dialogue anymore. He was asserting control. Then came his supposed grounds for detention. That Yardley had been filming officers coming in and out of the building. But that was a complete fabrication. Yardley had only recorded the inspectors leaving once, nothing more. There was no pattern, no suspicious behavior, and absolutely nothing that could justify invoking Section 43. That single false claim exposed the entire truth of the encounter. The inspector didn't have reasonable suspect.
Okay, so I'm free to go, so I'm free to stay, yeah?
Yep. We've obviously spoken to you now.
Yeah, okay, free to go, free to stay. Do you hear that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I've done nothing wrong. I was just saying to your inspector, what was your rank, please?
Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector, are you higher than this guy? I don't mean it in a.
We work together.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking his rank. Are you higher than rank?
I'm his.
Okay, so I'm tasking him, your inspector, to look at some paperwork that speaks about Section 43. Section 43 is an abuse if you haven't got any intel to suspect me of being a terrorist. You can't suspect me of being a terrorist because I'm pointing a camera at the police station. So I'm just letting you know that, right? And that's going to be a basis of my civil claim against you guys, yeah?
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, and what was you going to say about the inspector?
Nothing to say, we work together.
This moment lays bare just how deep the failure truly went. Not just at the operational level, but right to the top. The inspector may have been the one driving the Section 43 detention, but the real concern is that the chief inspector, the most senior officer present, stood by and let it happen. That's not a mistake. That's a collapse of leadership. Someone of his rank should know beyond doubt that filming a police station on its own is not grounds for suspecting terrorism. That's been made crystal clear in Home Office guidance, NPCC briefings, and case law. Photography in public isn't a crime, and suspicion under Section 43 must come from specific intelligence, not personal discomfort or assumptions. When both an inspector and a chief inspector ignore that, it stops being about training gaps. It becomes a question of culture, accountability, and command failure.
The encounter's over, sir. You are free to leave. We are going to go because we need to go.
So anything you write down in your notebook, I'll be requesting that under SARS, under a subject access request. So make sure that it's available for me to see, okay? Right? All these things is ridiculous. Inspectors and chief inspector. Sorry, but it wasn't very good. Yeah? Do not abuse Section 43. It is an abuse of power. And that is all that you was trying to do, is assert your power over me.
If you thought that first detention was shocking, the next one takes things to an entirely new level. This time, Yardley captures an even more blatant abuse of power. One so indefensible that it ended with him receiving a full compensation payout. What unfolds isn't just another unlawful stop. It's a textbook example of how some officers weaponize authority when they're challenged, and how the system ends up paying for their mistakes.
Go on, mate. Just put your thing down.
No,
Put it down.
I'm not going to put it
At the
down.
moment, you're detained under Section 43 as terrorism, mate.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
You want to put it down?
What's the reason? Well, I'm not resisting, but what's the reason?
Okay, well,
I'm not resisting, I'm filming you. Have you got your camera on? I'm filming you, mate.
Camera's on.
Okay.
You might want to put it down, else you're going to get that.
Alright then, let me put it down. Let me put it down then. Alright, let me put it down, okay. This is what they done to me. Put me in handcuffs, hurt my arm, hurt my hand.
Why have you gone all quiet now?
Because you illegally detained me. You stopped and searched me unlawfully.
Go.
That's what you done. Hold
later.
on. Let me ask a question. Am I still being detained? You haven't released me from my detainment yet. I take it I'm still being detained, yeah? So I'm still being detained. No one told me that I've been released from detainment unlawfully. There you go. I got notification from my solicitor, HNK, and the police have settled in the sum of £1,000. £1,000 of taxpayers' money.
This entire case stands as a textbook example of how not to police under Section 43. The officer charges straight toward Yardley, slaps on the cuffs, and declares a terrorism detention without offering a single lawful ground or shred of reasonable suspicion. There's no communication, no explanation, just blind reaction over reason. Under Section 43, clear grounds must be stated before a detention, not after the fact. The instant Yardley was cuffed without cause, the situation crossed from lawful authority into outright unlawful assault. When Yardley calmly asked if he was still detained, the officer couldn't even muster the professionalism to answer. Instead, he rolled up his window and smugly said, "Bye-bye." That wasn't policing. It was pure mockery. But Yardley didn't let it go. He handed the case straight to HNK Solicitors, one of the UK's leading police misconduct firms, and soon after secured a $1,000 payout, taxpayer money wasted to cover for arrogance and incompetence. From start to finish, This was a perfect storm of ego, ignorance, and abuse of power. Yardley wasn't provoking anyone. He was peacefully filming in public, exercising a right long upheld by law. Yet the moment the camera appeared, both the inspector and chief inspector abandoned reason, twisting Section 43 of the Terrorism Act into a personal comfort clause. Their armory excuse was laughable. Every police station in Britain stores weapons, yet public filming around them is perfectly legal. Yardley dismantled their claims with calm logic while they clung to rank and attitude, exposing how fragile their authority truly was. The second incident outside a government building only made it worse. An officer went straight for the cuffs, declared a Section 43 detention without grounds, and literally rolled his window up to avoid accountability. That one action summed up the entire problem. Zero professionalism, zero respect, and zero understanding of the powers they wield. Yet justice came quietly in the end. Yardley's composure and persistence turned humiliation into exposure, and exposure into victory. 2 unlawful detentions, 2 complete collapses of professionalism, and 1 powerful reminder that while officers can twist words, the camera never lies.